9 experienced hikers, 1 ripped tent, 5 frozen corpses, missing eyes and tongue, 4 more bodies, buried under 4 meters of snow, clothes stripped from them. This is the Dyatlov Pass incident, a case so terrifying, it was sealed for 60 years. Led by Igor Dyatlov, these university students were conquering a Torton peak whose name meant "don't go there" in the local Mansi language. On February 1, 1959, they pitched camp on Kolet Cycle, the mountain of the dead, then silence. When rescuers arrived weeks later, they found a nightmare. The tent was cut open frantically. Footprints led downhill, some barefoot in minus 30 degrees Celsius blizzards. Then, the first bodies, to near a cedar tree, wearing only underwear. 3 more, closer to camp, all died of hypothermia. But then the final 4 were found months later. In a ravine, crushed skulls, broken ribs, a woman missing her tongue, and traces of radioactive contamination on their clothes. For 60 years, theories have raged. But let's dissect them like never before. 1 avalanche. The official explanation, but it doesn't add up. The angle was too shallow. No snow debris in the tent. Experienced hikers would have recognized avalanche terrain. Yet, something made them flee in terror, cutting their way out instead of using the entrance. Picture this, a group of friends, laughing, sharing stories in their tent. Suddenly, a deafening roar. Panic sets in. They slash their way out, running barefoot into the freezing night. But where's the evidence of an avalanche? The tent stood upright, undisturbed by any snowslide. So what drove them to such desperate measures, to Manchurkal tribe attack? A chilling theory, but one that quickly falls apart under scrutiny. No tracks, no motive, and the hikers' food was untouched. The local Mansi people were known for their hospitality, not hostility. Imagine shadowy figures emerging from the forest, surrounding the tent. But why? The hikers carried nothing of value. Their supplies remained intact. And in the pristine snow, not a single footprint was found leading to or from the camp, save for those of the ill-fated group. 3 military tests, now we're entering murky waters. Why were their clothes radioactive? Why were files burned in 1959? The Cold War was at its height, and the Urals were no stranger to secret military operations. Consider this scenario, a test gone wrong. Experimental weapons, perhaps a covert cleanup operation. It would explain the strange injuries, the radioactivity, and the decades of secrecy. But if true, why reopen the case now? What changed after 60 years of silence? For infrasound panic, could inaudible sound frequencies cause madness? It's a theory that sounds like science fiction, but it's grounded in real phenomena. Certain landscapes can produce infrasound frequencies below human hearing that can induce fear, anxiety, and even hallucinations. Visualize the scene, the wind howling through the mountain pass, creating an inaudible symphony of terror. The hikers, suddenly gripped by inexplicable panic, flee from an unseen threat. It could explain their irrational behavior, but what about the physical injuries? The missing tongue? Each theory raises more questions than answers. The avalanche explanation fails to account for the lack of snow disturbance. The Mansi attack theory crumbles under the absence of evidence. Military tests might explain the secrecy, but why risk exposure by killing civilians? And while infrasound could trigger panic, it doesn't explain the gruesome physical trauma. As we delve deeper into this mystery, new evidence continues to surface. In 2019, Russia reopened the case. Why? Because of this, a photograph from another hiking group, 50 kilometers away, taken on the same night. It shows strange lights in the sky, eerily similar to descriptions in Dyatlov's own diary. Could this be the missing piece, UFOs, secret military aircraft? Or something even more inexplicable? The reopening of the case has reignited global interest, with amateur sleuths and professional investigators alike poring over every scrap of evidence. But let's step back and consider the human element of this tragedy. 9 young lives, full of promise and adventure, snuffed out in one terrifying night. Families left without closure, haunted by unanswered questions for decades. The Dyatlov Pass incident is more than just a mystery, it is a stark reminder of nature's power and the limits of human understanding. As we continue to search for answers, we must remember the victims: Igor Dyatlov, Yuri Doroshenko, Lyudmila Dubinina, Alexander Kolevatov. Zinaida Kolmogorova, Yuri Krivonishenko, Rustem Slobodin, Nikolai Bobrignol, and Semyon Zolotaryov. Their story deserves to be told, their truth uncovered. The mountain of the dead keeps its secrets close, but with each passing year, with each new piece of evidence, we inch closer to the truth. Will we ever know what really happened on that fateful night in 1959? Or will the Dyatlov Pass incident remain one of the 20th century's most enduring mysteries? As we conclude our exploration of this chilling case, I invite you to share your thoughts. What theory do you find most compelling? What crucial piece of evidence do you think investigators might have overlooked? The comments section awaits your insights. Remember, sometimes the most terrifying stories are the ones rooted in reality. The Dyatlov Pass incident reminds us that truth can be stranger and far more frightening than fiction. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and never stop seeking the truth, no matter how dark it might be.